morning. I hereby call this meeting to order. We have a number of guests with us this morning. Representative Jonathan Wilk, Senator Avery Bricks, Pete Regan, former commissioner, and Mike Patterson, former Secretary of Transportation, and of course, Bobby Stem. So welcome all our guests. Thank you very much. I thought it appropriate to take a minute to think of our friends in Texas, and on behalf of the Transportation Commission and the Department of Transportation, our thoughts and prayers go out to the state of Texas and the families that have been tragically impacted by the catastrophic flooding experienced over the last week. We stand with them in this challenge and their challenges ahead and wish them the very best in recovering. So was just more than awful. Commission Secretary, please call the roll.
Mr. Boswell?
Present.
Mr. Studeville?
Studeville's here.
Miss Billy?
Billy's here.
Mr. Freimiller?
Freimiller here.
Mr. Dyson?
Dyson here.
Mr. Alexander?
Alexander here.
Mr. Scott?
Scott here.
Mr. Junk? Mr. Peterson?
Here. Director Gatz, you are recognized to present.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Commissioners, good morning. I want this morning to recognize our newest commissioner, Commissioner Ronnie Boswell, and welcome him to the Transportation Commission. Commissioner Boswell, we're super excited to have you as part of the Transportation Commission. Look forward to working with you. Commissioner Boswell comes from Muskogee, has got a long line of business interests that he's had over the course of his career, everything from car dealerships to real estate development. So again, you absolutely understand the importance of the transportation system. Currently, my understanding is we've got Green Country LEDs. It's a manufacturer and supplier of LED signage to business interests and others. And that's nationwide, I understand. So,
yes, sir.
Commissioner, we are, again, really excited to have you on the transportation team. Look forward to working with you on everything in District 1 and for that matter across the state of Oklahoma, and very much appreciate your willingness to be a part of this. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
and Mr. Chairman, if I might, I also want to extend our appreciation to Bob Coburn for his service to the Department of Transportation in the state of Oklahoma during his tenure on the Transportation Commission.
Absolutely.
Thank you, and again, welcome Commissioner Boswell, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, if I might, want to, this is one of those deals where I'm going to grit my teeth and get through it, but I want to make a pretty special presentation here this morning. And if you've been around the Department of Transportation very long, you have an understanding of what this brick means. I would tell you without hesitation that it's the equivalent of having your jersey retired. And this is in recognition of the meritorious service of Brian Taylor, our chief engineer. So I want to read what's on the brick. The Oklahoma Department of Transportation recognizes Chief Engineer Brian Taylor for his 35 years of dedicated service, for demonstrating his immeasurable knowledge and dedication to the safety of the traveling public in Districts 2 and 4 and statewide. As Chief Engineer, the department is proud to present him with this commemorative brick from historic Route 66. And this is signed by the governor, Kevin Stitt, myself, Chairman Peterson, and again, his retirement date is officially in September, but we want to take this opportunity to recognize him. You know, the thing, and something about Brian, he never turns down a challenge. And I think what I would tell you about his years of service, he's worked in some of the absolutely most challenging roles that the Department of Transportation has. And that's everything from traffic engineer to maintenance engineer in District 2. The significance of that is Brian managed that transportation system at a time when the department was way under-resourced and kept the traveling public as safe as he could possibly keep them, and took his job extremely seriously. And then from that role, which again, working in southeastern Oklahoma, trying to keep the system in operation is not an easy job. But he decided to come to District 4. And the challenges of District 4 in the Department of Transportation include metropolitan Oklahoma City. And that's certainly a big job, something Brian stepped into without hesitation and performed exceptionally. And not only got everything from putting the finishing touches on the crosstown, but to making significant progress in the big interchange up north here at 235 and 44, and ultimately managing District 4 very well. In 2019, as we transitioned in his role to the chief engineer, I don't know what I would have done over the last 6 years without Brian Taylor in the chief engineer seat. I rely on him for advice and counsel in all things engineering. His knowledge and understanding of the field operations of the Department of Transportation have been critical to me in my role as director, but more importantly to the traveling public in the state of Oklahoma. He's just had an exceptional career. I can't say enough about him. And again, you know, these are always bittersweet moments whenever you get to the point where, you know, Brian's ready to transition into doing something else. And he will be missed, but he's not going to be a stranger. With that, Mr. Chairman, if with your permission, I'd like to invite Brian to the podium to address the commission.
Please.
Thank you, sir. 36 years has gone by really fast. And Tim's right, it has been a challenge, but it was easy to get up every morning when you have purpose. And there's plenty of purpose, taking care of, being the steward of the highway system for the people here at the Department of Transportation, the people of our great state. And you look back, you think about all the projects that I got to be a part of. I promise you, any of the successes that Tim talked about, they were a result of the people around me, and that we were set up for success by the people who came before us. We're here on their back, and it's just an opportunity to serve in this position. I'm very thankful. The opportunity to serve Tim, I'm very thankful. Very flattered by his kind words. The opportunity to serve this commission. You're experts in your own field. You're leaders within your community, leaders within the state, and I get to borrow some of that knowledge while we're in committee, and I always appreciated it. And very thankful for your contributions. It feels good. It feels right, and I want to spend time with those who made it possible for me to do this job, those being my dad and my family. And I look forward to do that. And, you know, there's so much to be thankful for. We talked about the projects, but what I'm most thankful for is the relationships that I developed. And I hope that I was able to inspire some folks. And I always wanted to be a leader, and I thought leaders, you judged a leader by their fruit, and that would be how many leaders did they produce. And I tried my best to identify and develop that talent, given that responsibility. Fortunate to work in called District 2, almost home. I spent 24 years of my life there, longer than any other location. Fortunate enough to come to District 4, another home, but I'm really fortunate being chief because I got to adopt the rest of the state. And they kind of feel like kids, and you look after them, and you want the best for them. Probably short apology to all the folks that, I don't know if apology, but I was tough on some folks along the way. And I want them to know that I'd take on hell with a garden hose for them today. And but thank you for the opportunity, Tim. Thank you to the folks of the Department of Transportation that made it easy to get up and come to work every day. Chairman?
Thank you, Brian. We are all grateful for Chief Taylor's 36 years, my goodness. And it's been a pleasure. I've been on the subcommittee with Brian now for the last several years, and it's been wonderful to hear him speak and ask questions, and it's certainly easy to understand why he's been so valuable to the commission, to the department, so. Please.
I would just like to tell you how much I appreciate the first Monday of every month coming and seeing your smiling face here. And anytime I had any questions, I'd catch you in the hallway. You always gave me great answers and stuff. And I just very proud and happy for you that you're retiring, but I don't know why you'd ever want to leave here. You ought to just stay. But really appreciate all your help through the years and everything you've done for Division 6 in the state of Oklahoma. Thank you very much.
Item 94 is approval of the minutes of the Transportation Commission meeting on June 2nd, 2025. Do I have a motion for approval of item 94?
Motion, Dyson.
Thank you. And a second?
Second, Scott.
Okay. Commissioner Freimiller. Any discussion? Hearing none, please cast your vote. Motion passes. Thank you very much. Consent docket contains items 95 through 98. If any commissioner would like to pull an individual item out for discussion, you may do so at this time. Otherwise, I'll hear a motion for approval of the consent docket.
Motion, Billy.
Thank you. And a second?
Freimiller, second.
Thank you. Please cast your vote. Someone's not voting. Everyone signed in? Well, the motion still passes, but we have one no vote.
If it's for me, I didn't vote no.
Well, you look signed in. Paul, are you signed in?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He's pushing it.
Ronnie, you
did.
signed in?
Yes, sir.
Was it me
Sarah, does it matter?
It doesn't matter, but we don't want someone not to be able to vote.
Right.
So here we go.
Ah.
So, Mr. Boswell, evidently your system is not working right now. How do you
Okay,
Yeah.
So just call Commissioner Boswell's name, and then,
okay.
Mr. Balzo, yes.
okay, and we'll just add that. So we'll figure out the logistics afterward. So let's just do the electronic vote for
Mhm.
those, and then we'll call Mr. Boswell's name after vote.
Okay, very good. All right.
Thank you.
Item 99 is engineering contracts. Mr. Nguyen, you are recognized to present.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman,
Morning.
members of the commission. I'm standing in for Mr. Hernandez. I will be presenting item 99 and 100. Item 99 is the engineering contracts. This will be in 6 parts. Part A is in District 2, Choctaw County. This is on US 271 over the Red River. This is replacing bridges on existing alignment. Contract services include environmental, geotechnical investigations, pavement design, utilities, preliminary and final design, and will culminate in the submittal of plans, specifications, and estimates, also known as PS&E. The department has selected Aguirre Fields with a total not to exceed contract amount of $1,661,807. This project is included in the 8-year construction work plan. Part B is in District 3 in Pottawatomie County. There's a little Scrivener's error here. This is actually on US 177, not State Highway 177. This is US 177 over Little River. The intent of the project is to replace the bridges on an offset alignment. Contract services will include environmental, geotechnical investigations, pavement design, utilities, preliminary and final design, and will culminate in PS&E. The department has selected Consort Engineers with a total not to exceed amount on their contract for $864,201. This project is included in the 8-year construction work plan. Item C is also in Commission District 3 in Johnston County. This is on State Highway 199 over Turkey Creek. The project intent is to replace a bridge on an existing alignment. Contract services include survey, geotechnical investigations, pavement design, preliminary and final design, and will culminate in the submittal of PS&E. The department has selected Olson with a total not to exceed contract amount of $667,716. The right-of-way phase of this project is included in the 8-year construction work plan. Item D is in District 5, that is in Dewey County. This is State Highway 33, beginning at the Custer County line and extending to US 270. This project intent is to add shoulders to a 2-lane with some safety improvements. Contract services will include survey, environmental, geotechnical investigations, utilities, preliminary and final design, and will culminate in the submittal of PS&E. The department has selected Benham Design with a total not to exceed contract value of $1,187,865. The construction phase of this project is included in the 8-year construction work plan. Item E is in District 5 in Harmon County. This is on US 62 between Hollis and Gould. The project intent is to add shoulders to a 2-lane and safety improvements. Contract services include right-of-way mapping, environmental, geotechnical investigations, utilities, hydraulics, preliminary and final design, and will culminate in the submittal of PS&E. The department has selected WSB with a total contract not to exceed amount of $1,998,785. This project is in the 8-year construction work plan. And finally, item F in District 6 in Major County on State Highway 8, beginning at State Highway 58 and extending west 4 miles. The intent of the project is to add shoulders to a 2-lane roadway and have geometric improvements. Contract services will include right-of-way mapping, environmental, geotechnical investigations, utilities, hydraulics, preliminary and final design, and will culminate in the submittal of PS&E. The department has selected Hudson Prince Engineering and Inspection with a total not to exceed amount on the contract for $1,392,386. The right-of-way phase of this project is included in the 8-year construction work plan. And that is the end of that item. I am happy to answer any questions, and approval is recommended.
You've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for approval of item 99?
Motion, Studeville.
Thank you. In a second?
Second, Scott.
Thank you. Please cast your vote. Any discussion? Sorry. If not, please cast your vote.
Mr.
Yes.
We're all voting electronically, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did it work? It worked.
So, hey,
It worked.
it worked. Very good. All right, the motion passes. Thank you very much. Item 101 is change orders. Excuse me. Item 100, engineering contract supplements. Mr. Wynn, you're recognized to continue. Sorry.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. No problem. Item 100 will be the engineering contract supplements in 4 parts. Item A is in District 1, Okmulgee County. The department previously selected half associates to perform services on I-40 from Henrietta, extending east to the McIntosh County line. This supplement is for additional engineering services with a total not to exceed amount of $350,200. This project is in the 8-year construction work plan. Item B is in District 4 in Canadian County. The department previously selected Fries and Nichols to perform services on US 270 between Geary and Calumet. This supplement is for additional engineering services with a total not to exceed amount of $55,000. And this project is also in the 8-year construction work plan. Item C is also in District 4 in Oklahoma County. The department previously selected CEC Corporation to perform services on I-40 from the Kickapoo Turnpike east to the Pottawatomie County line. This supplement is for additional engineering services with a total not to exceed amount of $97,601.76. This project, along with other projects that have been awarded previously, are in the 8-year construction work plan. And item D is in District 8 in Rogers County. The department previously selected Walter P. Moore to perform services on a city bridge in Inola over Inola Creek on East-West 600 Road. This supplement is for additional engineering services with a total not to exceed amount of $295,307.23. This project was part of the Bridge Formula Program approved by the Commission in November of 2023. Approval is recommended, but happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. You've heard the presentation of a motion for approval of item 100.
I move to approve.
Okay, thank you. And a second?
Second, Dyson.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, please cast your vote. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Wynn. Item 101 is change orders with cumulative total of $150,000 or less. This is for information only. Mr. Leonard, you're recognized to present.
Morning, Mr. Chairman, members of
Morning.
the commission. I'd like to present item number 101, parts A through double C. These are change orders on projects which have a cumulative total of change orders of $150,000 or less. This item is presented for your information only, and no action is necessary, but I'd certainly be glad to answer any questions.
If there are no questions, Mr. Leonard, you're recognized to continue to item 102, change orders with cumulative total greater than $150,000.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, item 102, parts A through X. These are change orders on projects which have a cumulative total of change orders greater than $150,000. This item is recommended for approval, and I'd be more than glad to answer any questions.
You've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for approval of item 102?
Motion, Studeville.
Thank you. And a second?
Second, Scott.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, please cast your vote. Motion passes. Thank you very much. Item 103 is change orders for utility repairs. Mr. Davis, you are recognized to present.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, good morning. Item 103 is going to be out of District 4, Payne County. It's a grade, drain, and surface project on State Highway 33 inside the city of Cushing. This contract was awarded by the Oklahoma Transportation Commission on September 22nd, 2021 for a total contract amount of $18,970,931.64 to Allen Contracting. The original contract time was 480 calendar days. The contractor has requested compensation for multiple utility issues as they affected the critical path of the project. The repairs and a few minor relocations were necessary as water and sewer lines were not located where the plans had indicated, and some others were found to be leaking and needed to be repaired before continuing with construction. The total cost of this work was $66,504.86. This change order also includes a negotiated settlement of a contractor's claim in the amount of $140,681.78 associated with the delays caused by this additional work. With this change order, the total of new items on the contract exceeds the statutorily defined limit of 10% on projects of $1 million or greater. Commission approval of this item is needed to compensate the contractor for completing this work. The entitlement for this claim is recognized by the department, and it is recommended that the commission authorize a settlement in the amount of $207,186.64. Approval is recommended, and I will be happy to answer any questions.
You've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for approval of item 103?
Motion Dyson.
Thank you. And a second?
Second.
Alexander.
Second, Alexander. Any discussion? Hearing none, please cast your vote. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Davis. Item 104 is the proposed county improvements of road and bridges work plan. Mr. Gautier, you are recognized to present.
Chairman, Commissioners.
How'd I do in the presentation, pronunciation?
Gote, you,
Gautier.
very close.
See? Okay, who wrote my notes?
Brian's 50-50.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I have agenda item 104, proposed county improvements for roads and bridges, 5-year county work plan. In a collaborative effort with the counties and circuit engineering districts across the state, the department has compiled a comprehensive 5-year county improvements for roads and bridges plan. The CIRB program's funding is currently derived from a portion of revenue from the Motor Vehicle and Registration Act as authorized by Title 47, Section 1104. The CIRB 5-year plan considers the vital needs of the county transportation system and addresses the needs within the financial constraints of the program. The approach guarantees the effectiveness of the proposed CIRB 5-year work plan and improvements. Approval is recommended, and I'll answer any questions.
Thank you. You've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for approval of item 104?
Fragment approve.
Thank you. And a second?
Studeville, second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Please cast your vote. Motion passes. Thank you very much, Mr. Gautier. Item 105 is damage to state property settlement. Ms. Penn, you're recognized to present.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
You have 2 items on this agenda item. The first in District 3, Pottawatomie County. On April 23rd, 2022, a motorist driving northbound on US 177 left the roadway and struck an impact attenuator, then swerved and struck the median concrete barrier. As a result of the actions, although the motorist had the required minimum insurance of $25,000, the damage exceeded the policy amount by $3,435.35. The Office of General Counsel has evaluated the cost to litigate to recover the amount over the $25,000 versus taking the settlement offer of such. As determined, it is more cost-effective to settle this case and write off the $3,000+ plus. The second case on the agenda, District 8, Tulsa County. On April 15, 2024, a motorist drove a vehicle down northbound on US 169, struck a box truck, which caused the box truck to collide with a guardrail owned by ODOT. The cost to repair the guardrail is $7,739. However, although the motorist had the required minimum insurance amount of $25,000, the total amount of damage prorated between the box truck and ODOT necessitates that ODOT accept $7,171.16 with a write-off of $567.84. And the Office of General Counsel has also evaluated this settlement offer and believes it would be more cost-effective to accept the settlement rather than litigate for the remainder. Approval is recommended.
Just curious, when did the second collision occur?
August 15, 2024.
24, okay. Just curious how long it takes some of those to work their way through the system. You've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for approval of item 105?
Motion, Billy.
Thank you. And a second?
Second, Scott.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, please cast your vote. Motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Penn. Item 106 is proposed bid openings. Ms. Bryant, you are recognized to present.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and
morning.
Commissioners. Item 106, proposed bid openings, consist of the final August 2025, the tentative September 2025, and the tentative October 2025 bid openings. The department recommends approval.
You've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for approval of item 106?
Motion Dyson.
Thank you. And do I have a second?
Second, Studeville.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, please cast your vote. Motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Bryant. Item 107 is awards. Mr. Goka, you are recognized to present.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Item 107 is the awards from the June bid openings. Part A is from the June 12th, 2025 regular bid opening. It is recommended that the following items from the June 12th, 2025 bid opening referred to by call order be awarded. 300, 305, 315, 316, 325, 326, 330, 335, 340, 350, 355, 360, 365, 390, and 396. Part B is from the June 19th, 2025 regular bid opening. It is recommended that the following items from the June 19th, 2025 regular bid opening referred to by call order be awarded. 400, 405, 410, 415, 420, 425, 426, 430, 435, 445, 450, 455, 460, 485, and 490. This concludes the recommendations for awards, and approval is requested.
Thank you. You've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for approval of item 107?
Motion, Billy.
Sorry.
All right. Commissioner Billy, perhaps.
Freimiller, second.
Freimiller, yeah, thank you very much. So you've heard the presentation. Any discussion? Hearing none, please cast your vote. Thank you, Mr. Goka. Motion passes. Item 108 is a director's report. Director Gatz, you're recognized to present.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Want to talk just briefly about the County Improvements for Roads and Bridges program, and certainly appreciate your consideration and approval of the 5-year plan update. As you know, that's another one of our programs that we work very closely with the county commissioners to deliver these projects, and that construction work plan is similar to our 8-year construction work plan. But again, the work that's accomplished there, the importance of the CIRB to the county commissioners, it affords them the opportunity to really get after some bigger projects that without this revenue commitment, they would never be able to tackle. And again, that's to the credit of the legislature and the support that they've delivered. Again, that's a plan that we rebalance every year. So we revisit that plan, make sure we've got the estimates as updated as we can, and work our way through that under Stephen's oversight. Very similar to our 8-year construction work plan. The CIRB and the construction work plan of the department this year, and again, we revisit it every summer. We're in that process right now. The cadence of updating the 8-year construction work plan will carry us to September or October, kind of depending on how things progress over the course of the summer. I think the challenge that I'd point out is we are still trying to catch up with some of the cost escalation that we've experienced over the past 4 or 5 years. The trend, fortunately, is not at 18% a year like we've seen it at times. This condition is not just isolated to Oklahoma, it's nationwide. We've seen the heavy highway construction cost index be hit particularly hard with the goings on of the last 3 or 4 years. I call that to your attention because once again, with this update to the construction work plan, our 8-year plan, we'll see some estimate updates. We're still not where we need to be as far as what we publish in the 8-year construction work plan as cost estimates versus what we're seeing awards track at. So we'll have to take another cut at that this year. Estimate updates are going to be significant. And I think as we also work our way through that rebalance process, you know, it's important to recognize that impact of the cost increases that we've experienced is not isolated to just our construction program. It hits us in our maintenance program, in our equipment purchases, and quite frankly, in our personnel costs. So we are balancing all of those elements with trying to make sure that we're doing the right things at the right time to get life cycle out of some of the improvements that we've just made, make sure we're maintaining those properly, and carefully balancing that with needs on the highway system that far outpace the resources we've got available. So again, you'll hear more and more about the rebalance over the course of the next couple of months. Ultimately, we'll come out and sit down with you before we ever bring that into this room as a final, but just to kind of start to get us thinking about it, and look forward to working through that with you and your district engineers. Got a project that was an emergency down on the Roosevelt. I think we've got a little bit of a video that we're going to run. That was a $5.5 million emergency contract awarded to Bridgeco at the June commission meeting. The contractor started work that evening. Causeway, guardrail, and surface repairs were completed by the end of June. Rumble strip, striping, and new utility poles were installed last week. More than 70,000 tons of material was placed along the causeway, which is significant. Some utility work is still being scheduled. We're grateful to Bridgeco for completing so quickly, and they certainly deserve the incentive for early completion that they earned on this project. What I would tell you is the impact, and you know, there's the Lake Texoma lake pool being up so high certainly impacted everybody's ability to access Lake Texoma, right? So the lake has been closed for an extended period coming into springtime because that lake pool was up so high. That directly impacted the causeway, and our goal was to try to get traffic somewhat normalized by the time we hit the 4th of July holiday, because the lake now is fully open. Everybody is back down there doing what they do over the summertime. We wanted to try and minimize the impact of this emergency project because we had the causeway down to one lane, which was extremely inconvenient and impactful to the traveling public. Bridgeco was able to get it open to 2 lanes before the holiday. So again, we want to thank them for their work, recognize District 2, Anthony E. Kelly and his team for the job that they did, really managing this, working forward, and want to appreciate everybody's involvement there, Commissioner Studeville, and job well done all around. We got a little bit of polishing up work to do yet, but we're close to being complete. One thing that is sometimes goes unnoticed is the traveling public is not the only partner that we have on a project like that. This particular causeway has OG&E and that electric service down there. Their operations were impacted significantly by this emergency, and they've been great to work with. And again, we're going to work with them going forward now and stand their operations back up and get everything fully back open and operational. So, but I want to recognize them and thank them for being a great partner to work through on this emergency project. We were in Guyman last week up on US 54. As you know, 54 cuts diagonally across the panhandle. And Commissioner Alexander, the type of traffic that 54 carries is not just local, it's not just at the state level, it literally is international traffic because a lot of traffic comes up through El Paso and goes to all parts of the United States, and 54 is a primary route, very heavily traveled truck corridor. And you know, we want to recognize our District 6 crews. That project was designed by Smith Roberts Baldesweiler and constructed by DeWitt Construction. Really appreciate Senator Casey Murdoch and Representative Kenton Patskowski for coming to Guyman and joining us with some of the local city leadership and a lot of the citizens and city council and chamber members. Been working on the resurfacing on 54 through the south side of the town. That was a $33 million project. Again, DeWitt Construction did a really good job of constructing it. I'm very proud of the pavement and the end result, and we look forward to that project lasting a long time into the future. That investment out there, you know, 54 has been 4-lane through Guyman for a long time, so it was a life cycle type of a reconstruction project, and we got great results. Not done yet. We've got some more work out in the Panhandle, in the Guyman proper, that we've got to continue to execute. One thing I want to recognize about that project is the leadership of the resident manager out there, Tanya Folsom, because the relationship that she had with the community, with the city of Guyman, the businesses, and the folks that were being directly impacted by a major construction project right in the middle of town. The work that she did above and beyond to make sure they knew what to expect and what was going on was exceptional. And I want to recognize her and her team, along with John Logan and the District 6 folks, for the work that they do out there to deliver these types of projects. They're never easy, and they impact everybody. And the thing that we do to try to minimize that is communicate, and she did just an exceptional job of that. So I want to recognize her. Appreciate the Commission's consideration of some up-and-coming projects, in particular US 270 in Latimer County. That's a $7 million widening and resurface project on 270. Safety shoulders between Hartshorn and Wilburton, and again, that's a key travel route for summer classes between McAllister and the kids headed to East Central in Wilburton. And certainly there are a lot of recreational opportunities out there that project will improve the prospects for. US 177 in Lincoln County in District 3, $21 billion project to widen and resurface from State Highway 105 in Lincoln County to the Payne County line. That project is near the town of Tryon and adds safety shoulders and replaces a bridge over Headquarters Creek. About a 14-month project, and that's always weather permitting. Also, State Highway 1 in Pontotoc County in District 3. That's a $3 million project on State Highway 1 in the Ada area, and that's going to convert a section of divided 4-lane into 5 lanes and improve the pavement along the corridor. Expected to take about 6 months, and we certainly want the public to travel and public to be mindful of that upcoming work. And then in District 8, State Highway 66 in Creek County, we've got a $10 million project for an asphalt rehab of 8 miles of State Highway 66 between Stroud and Depew. It's important to get that work done in advance of the Route 66 Centennial celebration. So we're going to do our best to get in there and get that work wrapped up and finished quickly. So again, lots of orange barrels ahead of us. We want to thank the traveling public for their patience, but also ask them to be mindful of construction work zones, slow down and observe those posted speed limits in those work zones. Heartland Flyer, I want to give the commission a little bit of an update. You know, last month we had gotten word that the Texas legislature did not fund the Texas side of those operations. That's still the case. We're hearing a little bit of optimism maybe coming out of North Texas. The North Texas Council of Governments is considering whether they can provide some funding to help continue the operations at least for another year. So that's if there's a bright spot there. But right now, we're still on the path to suspend the operation of the Flyer at the end of September. So
What's our share of the funding?
our share, if you look at the total cost, it's about 10.5 million.
Yeah.
The state of Oklahoma pays about 4.5.
Okay.
And, you know, the Texas split is what's minus the actual ticket sales, which is about $2.5 million. Texas picks up the remainder. So, you know, that cost share is important. And especially with a state-supported route where Texas and Oklahoma are sharing the operational cost above the fare box. And Amtrak's a great partner, but Oklahoma cannot do that alone. It takes support from Texas side of the line too. We'll keep you posted if we have new developments between now and the August commission meeting. So,
Okay.
safety message, you know, for this month is, you know, we're still in the summertime season, and that results in, like I said, lots of folks pulling boats and trailers and things like that. Want everybody to be extra mindful of if you are pulling something, make sure that, number one, it's attached to your vehicle properly, so you don't lose that out on the highway. We see that occasionally where a trailer comes loose that's being towed. Also, be careful about making sure that you have anything that you're hauling secured. That means strap it down if it's in the bed of the pickup. If it's on a trailer, certainly, whether that's a semi-truck or just somebody hauling some personal items, make sure that it's properly secured. And then always, when you're traveling, especially with your families during vacation season, make sure everybody in the vehicle is buckled up, has that seat belt buckled, and be mindful of putting away distractions. You know, cell phones, pay attention to what's in front of you, and when you encounter a construction zone, which you will, slow down, observe that posted speed limit, which is absolutely important. We lower those speed limits through construction zones because they're dangerous. They have a lot of challenges as you drive through those, so we want you to slow down a little bit so you can be as safe as you possibly can, and that keeps our workers safe, that keeps our traveling public safe. So slow down when you encounter those work zones. Also, we've still got the Drive Oklahoma app. A lot of folks use that app during inclement weather through the wintertime because there's a ton of good information out there, but you can also use it to see work zones and do route planning with Drive Oklahoma even through the summertime. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I would stand for any questions that the commission might have of me. And
Thank you. Do commissioners have any comments or questions for the director? Okay. Thank you, Director Gatz.
thank you, Mr. Chairman. Commissioners.
You know, I met Representative Wilk. And where is Senator Frakes? Right there. Okay. All right. Very good. Didn't get a chance to shake your hand. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate your presence here, and this is my 7th year on the commission, and I can just tell you that in my professional opinion, we have been blessed with an exceptional staff at ODOT that's very careful with our money, and we should just be very thankful, as I am as a commissioner, and I think it's a pleasure working with them. 36 years of Chief Taylor, that's amazing, but they're smart and hardworking and care. So I couldn't be more fortunate. So with that, I'd hear a motion for item 109, which is adjournment.
Motion Dyson.
Thank you, and a second.
Second, Scott.
Thank you, please cast your vote. Motion passes, we are adjourned.